Oh yeah. That is a good song. Little celebration. We're doing the 2020. Had to jam a little good music. And we're also going to present this 2020 by Kicker. Kicker is presenting. Why? Because number one, they make an unbelievable Bluetooth speaker right here. This is the Bullfrog. We'll drop some links down below. And let me tell you quickly about this. Super loud, as you can tell. Really loud. And if you have two of them, they pair together. So you have double speakers. So very cool, waterproof, super durable. I carry it in the boat, carry it to the beach. It's just, we use it all the time. And the reason it's sponsored by Kicker, this particular episode, is I caught a kicker in the tournament. First fish of 2019 was a monster, and we'll show you some of that footage. But first of all, guys, welcome to another episode of 2019 season, FLW Tour, Lake Sam Rayburn. Awesome event. I didn't win. I felt lucky, and I'll get into that. But also, real quick, if you guys are here to see what was in the thumbnail, then get ready, because we're going to show you that too. Probably one of the craziest things that I've ever seen at a fishing tournament, at a boat ramp. And there's a lot of crazy things that happens at boat ramps. This could have been catastrophic. But we'll show you that video here in just a minute. So if you're here to watch that, just hang loose a second. And if you're here to hear all about the 2020 and how I fished and what decisions I made, mistakes I made, good decisions I made, etc., then let's jump right into it. So again, 2019 season is upon us. You know, Sam Rayburn was on the schedule. It was an early tournament this year. I don't really recall fishing many FLW Tour events in early January. I literally had to pack up and leave while the kids were still out of Christmas break. It was cold, early January, new boat, got my brand new Ranger Z520, brand new fishing rods I'm fishing with this year with the favorite line. A lot of unknowns. You know, I mean, you get in a new boat, you want to spend some time and kind of break it in. You get some new fishing rods and you want to spend some time to get used to how they feel and just get used to it. So a lot of things that were making me a little uneasy. I'm going to be honest with you. If you watch the travel vlog, I was a little concerned about leaving. So that being said, finishing 21st in the tournament, I'm okay with that. You know, it was kind of one of those tournaments for me where I looked at the event, I looked at the conditions, I looked at everything that I was facing, and I thought to myself, I'm going to try to win the tournament, obviously, but it's kind of like you get to a point where you say, you know what, I'm going to play it a little safe here. I'm going to get back and punt. I'm going to try to come out here with a good finish, good points. There's a bigger picture down the road, Angler of the Year, Forest Wood Cups, etc. Let me practice this tournament to figure out how to make the cut, and then I'll figure out how to win. And that's basically what I did. So real quick, conditions, lake conditions, early January, lake 10 foot high. 10 foot high is like the highest it's ever been this time of the year in January. It was all the way up in the woods. It's kind of an unknown kind of X factor. In a way, it was good because I think what it did is it kind of threw guys off a little bit, because some guys spent a lot of their time trying to find them up shallow in the bushes or in the flooded forest, and that really wasn't happening. So it kind of opened up a little bit of the offshore stuff, a little bit less pressure on the offshore stuff, which was good, and that's what I focused on. So right off the bat in practice, kind of figured out there were some fish hanging out in those drains in about 20 foot of water, kind of right where the grass would kind of end coming out of the drain. You know, it'd be a lot of hydrilla in 10 or 12 or 15 foot of water. You get out by that 20 foot range, and that drain is that back of that creek where it V's, and right where it would slick off, where there wouldn't be a whole lot of grass. That's kind of where those fish were kind of holding up. And again, you would think that the fish would have moved up with the water. It wasn't that cold anymore during the tournament and during practice, but they didn't. They stayed put. They kind of stayed where they always are. And for me, here's a learning moment for you guys. You know, in the springtime, the water levels will rise in lakes a lot. And in the springtime, when that happens, the fish a lot of times will go with the water. They'll move up into the woods. They'll move up into the junk along the shoreline. The reason for that is it's springtime. Springtime, it's usually warmer temperatures. Springtime means that they're spawning, or they've already spawned and they're garden fry. The bait's up shallow because there's a shad spawn, and they need to get next to cover or trees or walls or shoreline. So in the spring, a lot of the bait's there, a lot of reasons for the bass to be up shallow are there. Early January, Fish are never shallow in early January. They are always staging out deep, getting ready for the spawn. And so we're in the very beginning parts of their transition. And even though the water came up, they didn't make that move to go up there because it wasn't necessarily time for them to make the move. So that was kind of the thing that I think I figured out, and I thought to myself, you know what, I'm not going to spend a lot of time up shallow fishing anything. Matter of fact, I caught one fish in the tournament up by a bush. It was about a 2.5 pounder. The only time I caught a fish up shallow, really about the only time I even fished up shallow. Now, some key things that I did in this tournament that were really cool was utilizing the Garmin Panoptics. Now, you guys have, you know, for the last couple of years, you've heard me scream and yell every time, here it comes, here it comes. Oh, I got one, I saw it, eat the lure, etc., etc. The Garmin Panoptics played a huge role in this tournament because it allowed me to see those fish down there in those drains and target where they were hanging out. And they would kind of stay put. So once you found them, they were kind of there. And that was a big deal. My lures that I fished with were basically, for me, you know, the tournament was won by Terry Bolton. Okay, Terry Bolton had a huge bag of fish, he almost broke 100 pounds. Okay, a couple other guys were catching some mid 20s and even 30-pound bags. They were catching most of theirs on a crankbait. So again, hindsight 2020, right? I probably should have thrown a crankbait a little bit more. I did throw one in practice a little bit, but just didn't stick with it. I actually caught a few fish on it. I threw the live target here, which is a great little crankbait, little medium runner. It gets down about 10 or 12 foot. It's the 70, really noisy. I love that color, by the way. That's really good for dark colored water, and they had a lot of darker water because of all that rain, and that was a good one there. But I didn't throw it enough, you know what I mean? Like once I found the fish on the Panoptics, I just kind of sat there and picked them apart with a drop shot and a spoon. Let me show you the drop shot rod real quick. Now guys, I'm new to Favorite. First tournament I fished with Favorite rods and reels. This rod right here did excellent. For all of you that are wondering, is Favorite a good brand? Does Favorite hold up? Yes. Yes, 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 because number one, I've already fished on Okeechobee with them, and they held up the test there. And number two, I just fished Rayburn in Texas with Favorite rods. No issues at all. So yes, they are getting the job done. This rod right here is a Jackhammer Spinning Rod, 7.4 medium. We'll drop a link down below. Awesome drop shot rod, guys. Had this thing matched up with P-line, yellow, it's actually X-braid, yellow braid, so I can see it. 10-pound P-line fluorocarbon. A little trocar drop shot hook, a little weedless, little straight shank drop shot, little 2/0. And I threw a lot of different worms. I threw a morning dawn color. I threw this green pumpkin. This is the Guggen Baits green pumpkin blue swirl. I threw that. I caught them on various things depending on the water clarity. 1/4 ounce weight, and that was pretty much it. I would just cast it out there where I saw the fish hanging out. That rod right there got it done. Super, super reliable. No issues at all. Didn't break any fish off. Lost a few, but you know, when you literally caught 140 fish throughout the tournament, I think, and practice, losing a few is not a big deal. My other rod that I used a lot, very impressed with this, is a Defender series. This is a Lunkers TV rod. Rob Turkla, Lunkers TV, designed this. It's a 7'11", moderate action. It's a really, really good medium-sized spoon, not big giant spoon, not big spoon. This is the medium spoon. Crankbait rod. I threw the crankbait on this one as well. And also any type of underspin, like an underspin or anything like that would work good. This 711 casts them out there really good, and that moderate action allows that rod to load up. So guys, if you're in the market for a crankbait rod, a spoon rod like this, or you want to throw some smaller swim baits like some Kytex, like 3.3s, 3.8s, or 4.2s, Kytex, this rod right here that Lunkers designed is super legit. Promise you, have to get it, order it now. Just trust me. This needs to be in your setup, okay? 10-pound, actually this was 12-pound P-line Tactical on this rod right here, and that little medium-sized spoon. I caught a lot of fish on that. So, you know, it was really, really cool. Matter of fact, guys, here, let's do this real quick. You love seeing fish get caught. Let's check out my big fish. Let's check out my big fish from day one on this rod, and then we'll come right back and we'll show you a few clips on the spoon. my gosh, that's a freaking 10-pounder, dude. First fish of 2000. Oh my gosh,
God, dude. Man.
I don't even know what to say right now, dude.
It's a great start.
Welcome to Texas.
Everything's bigger in Texas.
My gosh. Now, wasn't that crazy? A 9-pound, 12-ounce bass. First fish of the 2019 season. I like that. I like it a lot. That fish had a 12-pound body. I mean, honestly, if that fish would have just ate lunch, it would have been like an 11-pounder or a 12-pounder. Awesome rod. The rod got it done. Good stuff. Now, here's a tip for you on the drop shot. This is what I was doing. A lot of times you throw the drop shot out there and you're kind of shaking it and pulling it and shaking it and, you know, trying to give that worm a little action. Believe it or not, in January, they didn't want any movement of the worm. Literally, I would throw the drop shot out to where I'd see them on the Panoptics, throw the drop shot right where the fish are kind of hanging out. I'd pull up to where I think the fish are and literally hold it dead still. Would not move it at all for like 4 or 5 seconds, to the point where you're thinking, like, I want to move it, but don't move it. And then after like 5 seconds, it would go donk, and you'd catch one. So very important that time of the year in January to not move it at all. So if you guys are out doing some drop shot fishing and you're not getting bit, try to just let it sit there technique, okay? Trust me, it works. Now, the spoon was another factor. If I would have spent a little bit more time on this spoon, I think I could have moved up several places. That and the crankbait. Because here's the deal, guys. The spoon, the live target crankbait, those are big fish lures, right? I mean, obviously, I caught a 9-pound, 12-ounce on the drop shot, but in general, the drop shot's going to catch a lot of other size fish. Small ones, mediums, bigs, everything. But bigger fish are going to react to the spoon, and bigger fish are going to react to the live target crankbait, okay? Now, this is even the next size up. This is the 80 size. And I did throw this one as well. So anytime I got out in those drains a little farther, I'd throw this one to get down about 17 foot. And then I'd throw the other one when I was up in the grass a little bit more. But these type baits are going to get probably fewer bites in the drop shot, but on average, a little bit bigger fish. So that's my hindsight. I should have spent a little bit more time throwing the crankbaits. But guys, if you're in the market for a good rod, for spooning, swim baiting, check this out. Same thing with the drop shot rod. But here's what I was doing on the spoon. Throw it out there, let it sink to the bottom, and instead of stroking it up real hard on this medium-sized spoon, I'd kind of sweep it just a little bit. Just pull it and let it fall back. Pull it and let it fall back. And what it would do, it would come up off the bottom, and it would shimmy backwards, right? If I would have popped it up real hard and high, it'd come up and then go back. They wanted it a little bit more slow, so I was just pulling it and letting it fall. So check out some of this footage of me setting the hook on a few fish, and you'll get to see what I'm talking about. I got one. Feels big. I just don't know, dude. It feels like it, but he's way out there. I just don't know. Two and a half or so. It'll help me a little bit. No, it's okay for now. Isn't that cool? That's an awesome bite. When I tell you, they thump it, you can feel it. That fluorocarbon, this P-line fluorocarbon, you could feel the bite. I kept thinking every one of them was big because, I mean, it was like 20 foot of water, you know, I'm like dogging, those things were dogging me out. A lot of fun, caught a lot of fish. Congratulations to Tom for his high finish. Congratulations to Terry Bolton. Terry Bolton has been a veteran on the FLW Tour for over 20 years. Ever since I've been fishing, he's been fishing. He's had a tremendous career, but he's lacked a victory. He's lacked the big W. He's lacked holding up that trophy. He's come in every other place you can imagine, had some really close finishes, but has not. He's just been snake bit on getting the victory. So I'm super proud of Terry Bolton. He's part of Team USA. He got the victory. Awesome stuff. It was really, really, really good to have him. He deserved it. He deserved it. A lot of guys deserve it. This guy really deserves it. Now, I know a lot of you guys were getting on the video thinking, I want to see this crazy footage I saw in the thumbnail. You know, things happen at boat ramps, right? I've been there. I've been there, and you see people screaming and yelling about somebody not being able to back the boat down. You see someone screaming at their wife about doing something wrong. You know, it's crazy. But this time, this was crazy, okay? And glad that he was able to stop the madness as quick as he did. This is called thinking quickly on your feet. Check this out.
Here I'm in the RV, dog there. Been doing the RV thing since 1997. This is the first I am in the water. All right, here we go.
Need to get on the axle somewhere.
Wasn't that crazy? I mean, that was literally spooky. That was practice of the tournament. Big major ramp. We're all there. We're all putting in. The guys from YOLO Tech, which make the little handles that the GoPros and your action cameras fasten to that you can put on your boat, they were there just filming some stuff. Eric Jackson was there getting his boat ready, and his dogs were in the camper. And I guess on the RVs there's a button for reverse, and the dogs had ran up there and stuck their paw up on the dash, and the RV just took off in reverse. So Eric, good job on saving your RV. Good job of saving your dogs. It could have been a lot worse, but dude, that was crazy. Man, park and brake maybe next time. I'm not sure, maybe park and brake, this might be a good idea. All right, so let me tell you about another program that you guys might not know about. It's an unbelievable opportunity, the FLW Marshall Program. What is that? That is the guys you saw in my boat during the tournament that get to hang out with me on the water and the other anglers on FLW Tour, and they're there for several reasons. They're there to kind of be an observer. They're also there to help out with social media and take photos and to learn. That's the biggest thing, guys. If you want to learn and you want to get in the boat with a pro, the Marshall program that FLW has is an unbelievable opportunity because you can sit there and watch every decision they make, how they react to the weather, how they react to different things that come up. The Marshall program is a no-brainer. So guys, for $100, you can sign up for the Marshall program. So we have some openings, a few, at Lake Toho. That's the next tournament here in Florida. It's Florida. It's Florida, $100. Jump on a plane, fly to Florida, sign up for the Marshall program, and come hang out on the water for a couple days. You also have a chance to win money because the cumulative weight for each one of your pros each day goes towards you, and they're going to pay 10 guys in the tournament. 10 Marshalls are going to make some money, $2,500 for first, and your name gets put in a hat to win a brand new Ranger bass boat. So there's not a better program anywhere on the planet, so check it out. I encourage you. There is a few spots left at Toho. Check your calendars for all the other upcoming FLW Tour events. And again, we'll drop a link in the description down below for the Marshall program. Gives you all the information you need to know. Crazy stuff, the 2020. Hopefully we skip a few this year, and the only way we're going to be able to skip a few is if I win an FLW Tour event. And that is my goal this year, to win. I want to do really good this year. I want to bring you guys along on all the events. By the way, all the videos that we shot at Rayburn, the whole Rayburn series is doing really good on the channel. So guys, if you haven't seen all the videos of the travel vlog, practice, and tournament days 1 and 2 and 3, get over there, check it out. It's awesome. We'll drop some links in the video description as well for those. Thank you for hanging out. We did a podcast. How many of y'all like the podcast? Let me know about the podcast. We're going to do more of those at the tournaments, and we might even do a few more in between some events with some special guests at time to time. So thank you so much for all the support, guys. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, and we're getting ready for Toho in a few weeks. Do a little R&R, get some things ready for the next tournament, and we'll see you. Thanks for watching, guys. Bam! Is that good?